A New York court is due to hold a pre-trial hearing over claims from a woman that she was sexually assaulted by Prince Andrew when she was 17. Virginia Giuffre has launched a civil case against the Duke of York over allegations of sexual abuse. Prince Andrew denies the allegations and has said the incidents never happened. Today's hearing will examine whether Mrs. Giuffre's legal team have done enough to deliver papers to the prince over the lawsuit, or whether more needs to be done before the case can move forward. According to Mrs. Giuffre's lawyers, the papers were handed to the police officer on duty outside of the Duke of York's home in Windsor on the 27th of August. However, the law firm representing the Duke has questioned whether the papers were appropriately served. Andrew must answer the affidavit by Friday, or he could be forced to pay damages.
And Arise correspondent Rotimi Michael Kade has been monitoring this particular story and he joins us from New Jersey. Rotimi, tell us more about today's hearing. What are the key issues for the judge to resolve?
Well, thank you guys for having me. The original purpose of the hearing today was to produce a schedule for the process of the case to move forward. And if the timeline for the trial can be agreed, that could also shed light on how uncomfortable the legal process could be for the royal family. Today, the U.S. judge must determine whether the papers in question were in fact served before any case can proceed. Don't forget that the legal team of the accuser has actually said that the paper has been served on the prince, but the prince's legal team denied that any paper was properly served. And whether the prince is actually evading being served or not, according to the court papers, the answer from the prince is due by September 17th, which is Friday, and if he fails to respond, judgment by default will be entered against him for the relief demanded by the complaint.
Okay, so that's what can happen, but what could happen for the accuser? Now, if Prince Andrew refuses to accept these court documents, saying that they weren't presented in the right way or whatever have you, what are her options?
Well, I think the options for the accuser will be to adjourn the case. Perhaps maybe the U.S. judge, I guess, will adjourn the case for another day to see that the paper is properly served. I think that's the only option that is left right now. But from all indication, we're seeing that the legal team of the Prince Andrew is trying to evade the proper serving of the papers. But of course, we know that even at that, if that papers are served, say maybe in the coming days, the judge will be able to entertain the accuser's allegations against the prince, whether those allegations are, true or not.
All right, what are the chances of Prince Andrew ever having to face a U.S. court?
I didn't get that question again.
Let's find out from you. I want to find out from you, what are the chances of Prince Andrew ever facing a U.S. court?
Well, I think, first of all, the U.S. courts actually has a jurisdiction to entertain the case because the crime actually happened in New York, where the accuser actually filed that case. So Prince Andrew, just like any other person, irrespective of status, can actually can face a trial in that respect. However, I think that will put some sort of dent in the royal family, as the Queen just this next year, less than a year from now, the Queen will definitely be celebrating her 70th time on the throne, which means that the case, if everything is settled, according to the judge, in terms of papers being served or not, the case could actually go into the middle of next year, that's 2022. So Prince Andrew will definitely be very, very precarious situation in a way that would not just affect his status as the Prince of, York. It also affects the entire family.
Now, we know the royal family has gone through quite a lot this year. I mean, with Harry and Meghan, and everything in the press for the last year has been quite intense. With the public and the media, what are they making of this particular case? How much damage is actually being done to British's monarchy with their reputation in the U.S., since this is where the trial is probably going to happen?
Well, I think the public here in the U.S. Are highly anticipatory of what will be the outcome of the trial, as it were, because don't forget the ex-convict, I would say, later Jeffrey Epstein, who died in prison in 2019, drew a lot of interest in public here, and his relationship with Prince Andrew further exacerbates the interest of the public to see whether justice is going to be served on Prince Andrew, irrespective of his status, as somebody who is very prominent and comes from a royal family. And on your second question, obviously it has caused a lot of damage and heartache to the Queen, who for this year, for some reason, lost her husband. The Meghan and Harry expose with Oprah, and a whole lot of things happen in the family. So it's really, really going to be heavy on the Queen as she gets close to celebrating her 70 years time on the throne. But however, this is almost becoming the usual phenomenon with the royal family. The royal family for the past 2-3 decades have not been without controversy.
Rotimi Kade, Arise News correspondent, thank you so much for the roundup on that.